Hello Aquarius, welcome to the Mellow Universe. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. This is for the Sun, Moon and Rising sign of Aquarius and beautiful Aquarians. This is your weekly reading for the 30th of October to the 5th of November 2023. Beautiful Aquarius, let's see what's coming through for you at this time. Have a most beautiful week, Aquarius. Okay. Fire, ooh. Okay, Aquarius, fire, Solaris, sublime, okay. 15. Kitrie, katuros. Dalovalovela vitries, azotos, kitries, voc. Kiatri, vitries, galaturos, gitares. Kiriviriatries, kilituros, kiviakiotos, dalovem vilavitri, kikiatos, gitares, taves. Ritries, kiavicries, catulos, kilitares, kikiaturos, dalovatries, catis. Kiviatries, catires, dalovatrios, kiviatos, dalovatries, catis. Viltries, kisaturos, kiviatries, kitas. Kiviatos, cavaturos, talavatries, kituros, talavatries, catis. Viltries, kiavitries, casaturos, talavatries, talovam valavatres, caturos. Viates. Okay, Aquarius, wow. A beautiful activation to your solar plexus, to your frequency of actioning, to your physical manifestations. This is alchemy. We're really feeling that alchemy, the magician. We are feeling temperance coming through quite strongly. This is the blending of the divine feminine and masculine frequencies, but this really feels that your physical is in this merging with your source energy, and your spirit frequency is assisting with this merger to allow a raising of your frequency and a shifting of your physical experience to your source energy. So this week you might be feeling a little bit removed from the physical, and what we mean by that is removed from what you understand or what you have come to know as the physical. The physical is going to be a bit weird, a bit different, in a good way. It's just that almost everything is not behaving as it should be. Everything is behaving a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more in your magic, a little bit more in an energy which you are unaccustomed to, because the rules of creation no longer apply as you used to know them. And so the laws and the ways that you are experiencing the physical world is no longer as you used to experience them when you were still living and honoring the conditioning and the programming. They're becoming a lot more playful, a lot more free. There's a playfulness about this, an inner child awakening about this, a new age, a new dawn, a new frequency, a new birthing in your physical. And your solar plexus is almost playfully leading you down paths unexplored, and in this playful nature it's attracting and manifesting these experiences around your physical which you have not yet tapped into, and it feels a bit surreal, it feels a bit magical. Playful and whimsical is what we're receiving quite a bit, not so serious. And it goes deeper than just conversations or interactions with people. It's your outlook in life and how you engage with the physical, how you co-create with everyone and everything in the physical realm. You're a lot more playful, a lot more lighter. It's not so heavy. Life and creation is no longer so heavy. It's a lot lighter. It's a lot more free coming through this week, Aquarius, and we feel it's something you really need. For the longest time, Aquarians, you're very powerful, you're very intellectual, right? And you have this creative energy that you put out, but you can be incredibly hard on yourselves, and once you have something in mind, it is tricky to move you out of that energy, especially when you have your mind set, right? And so you can sometimes have your mind set wanting a specific outcome or a specific experience, and you get quite serious about it. You get quite almost pragmatic about it, and it's your energy is saying we work at our best, we work at our most efficient, we work at our fullest when we are more lightly handled, when we are not such a big deal. And it doesn't mean that we're not important. We understand that we're important. Just because you're not being so strict on yourself and so strict about the situation doesn't mean that it is not important to you. And your frequency wants you to know that we understand that you take what you do very seriously and that it's very important to you. But just because it's serious doesn't mean that you now deny yourself the play, the joy, the fun, right? And there is this energy of lightness being restored to how you see things, how you engage with people, with experiences, how you see your destiny, how you see your job, how you see your work. You're no longer seeing everything as this very as a seriousness and as a mission, as a task you have to tackle, and you have these rules that you have to do. You're a lot more light, a lot more playful, and it's allowing you to just reveal an extra layer, another realm of creation, and everything is lighter and everything is freer and everything is quirky and whimsical and happy. And in that state you are really pleasantly surprised at how everything is manifesting, how everything is going well. You understand that allowing yourself playfulness, allowing yourself that rest, allowing yourself that magic, that lightness is actually quite key and fundamental to everything that you're doing working out. It doesn't take away from your from how much you respect the craft or the task or your family. It doesn't take away from how important you think they are. It allows you a breathing space which allows more of you to be there. Thus you can actually attend to more of it. You can see things around the situation, around the experience, around the person which you couldn't see before, because you're not so focused on one area. It just expands your power and expands your experiencing of things. And it's very, very beautiful. Interesting. And it feels like this is... It's a huge surge coming in to assist you, to lighten up your frequency for what's to come. Okay. And it will dissipate after some time with we're receiving, and sources encouraging you to remember the teachings of this space so that when this frequency does dissipate, you remain there. It is not the responsibility of this frequency. It's like a teacher coming in. There's a teacher coming in to teach you how to be a lot more light about things. But it's not the responsibility of this teacher to keep you there. So as you are learning this week and the weeks that you are in this lightness, as you are learning how to be, as you are allowing this lightness to be, when you feel the shift and you return back to your grounding, you are asked to remember the teachings and to implement them as your own in order for the energies to continue being abundant and full and rich. You can imagine this teacher saying, okay, this is how you are creating over there, and it's beautiful, we love that, but we want you to see how you could create when you just take it a bit easier. And it's really amazing, and it's really wonderful. Wow, this teacher and this energy is with you, and things are moving, things are manifesting, and you are not so intense on yourself and others. You're lighter, you're allowing yourself rest, you're allowing yourself play, you're not so serious about things. It's a beautiful, and your dreams and your wishes and the way in which you see things is expansive and is growing, and you're feeling lighter and more positive about the world, and it's wonderful, and it's lush, and it's beautiful, and it's bubbly. And then the teacher says, okay, then once we have anchored all we can. We are going to now leave, and it's up to you to remain here and not to regress back to creating in that anxiety and that stress, but now to remain in this lightness and this happiness. Okay. And as you are in this space, it really does manifest quite a bit. It's also, one, it's a way of teaching you to lighten up your frequency and how you can create in your abundance more. And secondary, it's also allowing a space for manifestations to come in, for the assistance your beautiful guides have been wanting to give you to come in. Okay, so it's a teaching, but it's also a time of receiving. Very interesting, Aquarius. Wow. Okay, very fascinating. And it really is to do with your solar plexus, your actioning. It's like they're saying you're actioning with a seriousness which limits your inner child. And they want to teach you how to action with your solar plexus, how to physical. They're saying you are physicaling a bit too heavy, a bit too stressed. You can physical in a much lighter, happier, freer way. And we're here to teach you how your solar plexus operates in optimum. And it's just going to be a bit surprising how much lighter the work needs done for it to be optimum, as opposed to the grafting you have been doing in trying to progress forward. Okay, very interesting. Let us see. We love these readings, and we love how the physical is now really source and teaching us. That's what's really coming through these new weekly readings, and us aligning with this physical frequency and Kemet more, is how the physical is teaching us to really allow a lightness. It's an interesting change of syllabus, you know, from spirit teachings to physical teachings, and we love seeing how the physical is coming through to teach us, how the divine masculine is finally within source and can teach us how to be, how to action in an awakened state. It's really, really lovely. Look at this, 3 of Cups. Yes, source is saying lighter, happier, celebration, joy. There's a beautiful frequency of abundance and joy and happy experiences and happy energy coming through. And that's because, yes, you deserve it. You've done the hard work. You have absolutely, anchored all the energies, done the clearing, done the purging, and it is time for a great reward. And this was the best way for them to bring this reward, with this beautiful energy coming in, assisting you to lighten up your frequency, thus opening the floodgates of abundance, but also teaching you how to always access it so that you do not have to, there's something about you no longer having to effort so hard, no longer having to struggle to achieve and succeed, but rather understanding that you are a frequency of wish fulfillment and dreams come true. It's very light, it's very ethereal, it's very magical, and it's time that you master that lightness, that magic of yours. The Seed of Cups, yes, look at this, the Page of Cups, childlike innocence, inner child awakening, innocence, curious about things. And this is where you're going to be shifted to. You see, look at this, celebrations and joy, receiving, how when you are now in this childlike innocence, open and light and fluffy, and we really do mean light and fluffy and ethereal. There is a very whimsical energy about, and you're really encouraged to go with it and not fight it, not to think you're not being serious or you're not being responsible, or that you must grow up, or release the human ways of boxing and limiting the inner child. Okay, you are to be in that light, ethereal, magical, fantastical space, for that is when you allow your magic freedom. That is when you allow yourself to manifest in your happiness and in your love and in your fullness and in your magic. Really good energies. It allows you to dream again and not to be so serious and stuck on one thing, but to allow your dreaming and your imagination to go, because Aquarius, again, imagination, wish fulfillment, you are that energy of your biggest dream, your imagination, and then bring that in and applying and just willing it to be there, and not by effort, not by drilling it in, but just by willing it, by having the faith that it's going to work out. And you really do manifest the physical components to then put it into action. And there is something about the belief of that energy that you have being restored to you. You believing in your magic and in your power in a way that defies the old physical principles. Remember, the physical realm is now teaching us how it runs on source, not how it runs on human programming. So those laws of physics and the laws of this is how things work and the laws of this is how you are, this is how things work in the world, those no longer apply. Source is coming in, the physical source is showing you this is actually how it works in this universe, in this realm. The Hermit, you see that Virgo energy, this is how you manifest, this is how you do things, this is how you uniquely achieve, this is how you uniquely create. And it feels like a whole new world on your own, okay? And that's what we feel, is the shift of you're quite aware that, ooh, this feels very different, this feels very other than what I've ever known, of how I've ever done things. It's a very personal journey to you. This teacher's coming in and saying, I'm going to show you how you manifest joy in your life personally, and it has nothing to do with anyone. And you're shifting to that space. It requires that inner child to awaken in order for you to shift, because it's innocence. It's you releasing the old teachings, releasing that, the notion of you can't teach an old dog's new tricks. So it's releasing that conditioning, releasing what you've always known, the logic, the reality, whatever it might be, that keeps you from engaging in your magic. And it allows you now to come into this new world where you redefine your rules, you redefine how you create, you redefine the reality in accordance to your source. And it's a beautiful teaching space, and there is that message coming in of when this space, this energy has lifted, for you to please keep it. Don't forget the teachings as you then step into your realm, because remember, none of these energies want to ever take credit. Nothing wants to take credit for your evolution, okay? Source will not take credit for your evolution, for you are Source and you are evolving. Yes, Source is here to help, Source is here to assist and to bless and to show a way and to add, but you are the one doing the work. You are the one expanding, you're the one experiencing. And so all of the guides, all of the teachers are here to assist you there, but they will not take the credit for your work. So they're happy to show you where you could be maximal and then release. Just like the divine feminine, the spirit came through and all these years has been teaching us how it feels like when the physical creates a source, and now the spirit realm is slowly handing over the teaching to the physical. So we now actively are learning on our own how to be source creating, right? Justice, look, everything working out in your favor. Yes, because now finally, and look at this, we love this, the duality coming in again, the light and the shadow, the wholeness of you, all of you. And it really feels like you finally allowing the magic of you. It's as if you've been very physical dominant, very illusion dominant, very human programming dominant all these years, and now finally you are available to the magic. So the magic is flooding in, and you are now finally seeing what happens when you create from the wholeness of you, and is bringing through a balance, is bringing through a justice, is bringing through new energies coming in, things working out in your favor, because you're also now embodying this childlike innocence. You're also embodying this openness, this curiosity to what you could be, to what you can create, to where you are going. And it's allowing this balancing of energies. You're no longer controlling that Libra energy of the scales. You're now here within the unknown, centered within source, and you're allowing the physical to show you now what the equivalent of that is. You're no longer here micromanaging and efforting and trying to make it work. You are rather allowing it to work out for you. And you're now also understanding that allowing it to make it work doesn't mean you're lazy, doesn't mean that you're just sitting there waiting for things to happen for you. You're finally understanding the difference between laziness and receptivity, and allowing time and patience and restoration. You are now learning the difference, that it is imperative. There is a time of stillness and receiving and awareness and opening and processing and integration that is required, where yes, you will be a bit still, yes, you will be a bit at a slower pace, and that's okay. You are honoring the source, you are honoring the spirit, you are honoring the source within you now. You're no longer prioritizing and putting the physical experiencing and the human ways of doing things as the priority, as the lead on the pedestal. You're finally allowing source to be primary in the weaving of things. Okay, let us see. Strength, yes. This is the solar plexus energy we've been feeling here. The Leo energy, the strength here in tarot, Leo energy, the solar plexus. Releasing the conditioning, releasing how humans do it, releasing the programming. That's all about the strength card, right? Releasing the programming, no longer being a sheep. And that's what's happening. You are really coming into this place where you are releasing how anybody else would do anything, and you're no longer tying up your desires and your goals with everybody else's ways of doing, because that's what limits your dreams, right? You have this beautiful, powerful dream, and now you are letting other people's energies define whether the dream is valid or not, and that takes away your power. And you're no longer doing that. You are understanding your dream, you are seeing your dream, you're seeing your vision, and you understand you're the only one who can manifest it in the way that you can, and you're allowing yourself to dream big, you're allowing yourself to dream the impossible, because you understand you can do everything and anything. You're allowing your source to show you the way, and you're taking it, you're taking that risk. You are allowing yourself to be open, you're allowing the way to be shown to you here with the justice, no longer interfering with the scales, but allowing source to balance it out for you. You understand that this journey is yours and yours alone, and your vision, your way, and you are allowing your dreams to now take the shape of your frequency with childlike innocence and childlike curiosity, no longer conditioning it, but rather allowing for the impossible, allowing for the playfulness, seeing everything lighter, not being so serious about everything, thus allowing the physical frequency to be a little lighter, to be more playful, allowing the energies to be lighter and more playful, thus they're flowing in more. Your desires and your wants and your dreams and the support and the way and the how is now allowed to flow in, because you're not so strict about how it flows in. You are playful and curious, allowing your desires to then finally manifest in your life in a free way. Your desires are free now to show you the way to them. You're no longer trying to decide how they should come, thus adding the resistance to them. Blessed be.